Okay, I want to bring something up that people have been going crazy about and freaking out over just because 4 officers were involved of a murder of a black man that was being kneeled on by a white officer. I wanted to just say that just because those officers were involved in the killing of a black man doesn't mean that the actual good law enforcement are going to be doing the same thing as what they did. Because there are good officers as in law enforcement and military people that are more responsible and are more mature and know what their roles are in the job that they have. Just because they did what they did doesn't mean that you have to assume that they're gonna do what those 4 officers did. And I will have to say that I am glad that those officers were put behind bars, but I do understand that the people that are still protesting because of George Floyd's death, people are still protesting because they think that the 4 officers that allegedly killed that black man, think that those 4 officers deserve to get killed as well because of how that officer was kneeling on that defenseless black man's neck. And I'm not racist at all. I respect black people and I have nothing against them at all. Because I have more than, in fact, like over 10 friends that are black. That are from like not even America at all. Well, that are from America and some that aren't from America. And I have deep respect for them and I don't have anything against them at all. And for some other celebrities and people that say that people in America are racist, you do not know that for a fact that is true or not. Because you don't know the people that do respect and that don't have anything against people that are black. You need to understand that. And it makes me sick and disgusted that people are looting and damaging business properties because what you're doing to businesses by looting and damaging it, that you're costing those businesses like thousands of millions of dollars by what you're doing. And just because what happened to George Floyd's death doesn't mean you have to loot and damage properties just because of what happened. These protesters are taking these things way out of hand, are taking these measures into their own hands and taking it way too far, and should be handled professionally and responsibly. Because all protesters should be protesting peacefully and not dangerously. Because protesting is supposed to be doing it peacefully and not harmfully doing it. But for people that are protesting violently, you are doing it the wrong way. Because you have no right to loot businesses and damage business properties. Because what you're doing is that you are causing the business to lose their product, and you're causing millions of dollars worth of damage to the property that you had no right to do. And you will be held accountable for stealing from businesses and damaging their property. And I hope that the people that have been looting and have been damaging properties will be arrested for that. Because that is not tolerated at all. And should not be happening just because our protesters are protesting over George Floyd's death. You do not need to take your anger out on cops that are trying to make it safe for people that are doing what they're doing. And you need to be more responsible of what you do, and you need to understand what actions you take towards what you're doing and what you say. And I do stand by what President Trump said, and I hope he does take action and uses law enforcement and military force to stop these protesters from causing damage to business properties and looting. And not to mention setting and damaging law enforcement departments, buildings on fire and damaging them. Because I know that, and I'm saying this just for an example, that one white person that does something bad or says something bad can make all other people that are white bad as well that didn't even do it at all. And the same thing goes for one or more than one black person, and the same thing goes for anyone that wears a uniform. They're like all on the front lines, helping people, saving people's lives and stuff, and protecting humanity in America, and then possibly in other countries. You don't need to do these type of things just because of George Floyd's death. Think wisely and choose your decisions responsibly and wisely. And you may think that I'm talking bullshit and I don't what I'm talking about. And even though I might sound like a complete idiot, and you think that I'm whatever, I don't care what you think about me and what you think about what I say, about what I think about this, but you know what? I don't care. Because I wanted to get this thing out and let you guys know that what you're doing with the looting and destroying millions of dollars of property that you shouldn't have done in the first place, and not to mention constantly going on a rampage just because of a man's death. And I will say that I do feel sorry for the man's brother that died, and that shouldn't have happened, and I hope that justice will be, well, I should say that I hope that justice will be sought out for George Floyd's death, but it needs to be done responsibly and wisely, and needs to take precautions. For those that don't understand that, you're taking matters into your own hands that don't need to be taken from you. And I stand by what President Trump says and what he is doing for this country. And I am a Trump supporter. I am all the way. And for anyone that is against what he's doing and what he's done for this country, you are the ones that are being judgmental and are criticizing what he's doing. And even though that he says things that people don't like, but you know what? We are all human, and he's human, and you people need to understand that. And I don't mean to be racist or mean, but Trump is doing a hell of a lot better than Obama did when Obama was president. And not to mention that I hope to God that President Trump gets to elected president again because he deserves it, because for the amount of things that Trump has done much more better than Obama did, people need to understand that he's doing a lot of good, and he's making sure that everything in America is being the way it's supposed to be. Which probably did not make sense what I just said there, but like I said, I don't care what you think about what I said, and I don't care about your opinion about what I say. Because this is what I think and what I feel. To be honest with you, if I was president, I would take immediate action, and I would not hesitate to have every military civilian and every law enforcement civilian to go in each state and each city to have them insecure safety, or should I say, make sure that that safety is taking action. Because one thing that each city and each state needs is security and safety. Because without it, there will be chaos and there will be mayhem. And you people that are protesting, the people that are saying all sorts of hateful, threatening things about this kind of stuff going on, you people need to grow up, act your age, and realize that you're not handling it the way that it's supposed to be handled. And you're not letting the law enforcement and military people handle it themselves. And you people that are protesting and people that are saying all those sorts of nasty things, including celebrities, you people need to let the people that are in charge of this take it into their hands and not let you do it yourself. Because you're not making the situation any better about what you're doing. And you need to understand that. But you're not. Because you think that what you're doing of taking measures into your own hands and doing it in your own response, you're only making matters worse and you're not making it any better. No matter how you do it. And I don't care if I get any threats at all or anything at all, because if I do, I will not hesitate to report you for any threats. Because whether you care about it or not, I am really good friends with the law enforcement here where I'm from, which is Albany, Minnesota. You people need to get your head out of your ass and realize what is need to be taken into consideration and needs to be handled properly and maturely. And what you guys are doing is immature and is being poorly handled. Because you're not letting law enforcement do the job. Because I believe not every single law enforcement and military person is bad. They're only bad as if they abuse their power in what they do of the role that they have. That's the only way that they can be pointed at for being a bad person, is if they abuse their power of the role that they have. That's the only reason you should be frowning upon people that are trying to make a difference. If you don't, you're overthinking it and you're not taking it in a way that you're supposed to. And I don't have a problem with how you observe this, but I do have a problem with the way that you're taking action about it. Because actions speak louder than words. Many people need to stop being so irresponsible and stop trying to take things into your own hands and taking this in your own responsibility. Think about this. How would you feel if your house got looted and destroyed by someone that was just protesting just because of someone's death? How would you feel if someone did that to your own property? I'm pretty sure that there are people that have their own businesses from home. I'm pretty sure that you would sue the people that damaged your property, that looted from your home, from your property. I'm sure that you would sue those people. And people that looted and damaged small to medium to large businesses, you will be sued and charged with criminal damage and looting. Because there's no reason to loot from businesses and damage properties of any kind. You had no right to do that at all. And Floyd's death has nothing to do with people having to loot and damage businesses at all, or churches at all. People need to get your head out of your asses and start thinking clearly. One thing I will tell you is that karma is a bitch. And also, you only live once. Unless you're a cat. I'm getting sick and tired of hearing about this about the rioting and protesting that is being out of hand and out of control. People need to start thinking clearly and start realizing what you're doing and stop.